Hello ladies and gentlemen, Wolfy here bringing you another Minecraft World War II bathtub build tutorial, and this tutorial will be going ahead and building the HMS Hood. The HMS Hood was the last battlecruiser built for the Royal Navy. Commissioned in 1920, she was named after the 18th century Admiral Samuel Hood. One of 4 Admiral-Class Battlecruisers ordered in the mid-1916s, Hood had design limitations. Though her design was revised after the Battle of Jutland and improved while she was under construction, for this reason she was the only ship of her class to be completed. Despite the appearance of new and more modern ship designs, over time Hood remained the largest warship in the world for 20 years after her commissioning, and her prestige was reflected in her nickname the Mighty Hood. Hood was involved in several showing the flag exercises between her commission in 1920 and the outbreak of war in 1939, including training exercises in the Mediterranean Sea and a circumnavigation of the world with the Special Service Squadron in 1923 and 1924. She was attached to the Mediterranean Fleet following the outbreak of the Second Italo-Ethiopian War. When the Spanish Civil War broke out, Hood was officially assigned to the Mediterranean Fleet until she had to return to Britain in 1939 for an overhaul. By this time, advances in naval gunnery had reduced Hood's usefulness. She was scheduled to undergo a major rebuild in 1941 to correct these issues, but the outbreak of World War II in September 1939 forced the ship into service without the upgrades. The Hood is famously known for her participation in the battle with the Bismarck, and the ship was lost due to a magazine detonation from one of Bismarck's shells penetrating the ship's armor. And yeah, the ship was completely destroyed and at a severe loss of life. But yeah, the Hood, HMS Hood, again known for the participation in that battle and the sinking of it, and the kind of famous words, basically "Revenge the Hood," which led a huge basically chase to track down the Bismarck and sink it, which they ended up being successful in doing so, kind of revenge for the Hood. But yeah, this here was a ship that was really prized to the Royal Navy, and the loss of it was definitely a tragic loss. But yeah, really interesting build, and as voted on by you guys really wanted to see the HMS Hood, so here we are. We're going to be going ahead and building it in this tutorial. I think the ship came out really good, and it is absolutely huge. For a battlecruiser, you're definitely going to see why it was the world's biggest ship for nearly 20 years after its construction, because it is absolutely huge. But yeah, let's go and take a look at the build, see exactly what we're going to be going ahead and building before we go ahead and dive right into it. So starting off with, we have obviously the bow of the ship here, all the details, all that stuff. We go ahead and get into turrets 1 and 2. Again, it's got 2 guns in each turret there, so total 4 on the front. As we continue back, we have some of the superstructure, the conning tower, all that stuff, all located in here. As we continue to move our way back, we got various anti-aircraft guns mounted on the sides here. I believe it also had torpedoes. I could be wrong, but I think those are torpedo launchers here on the sides. It's got the rigging here. It's the different smokestacks, the cranes, all that stuff, light boats located all in here. And as we continue to move back, we have the second kind of little tower that pops up here, superstructure, more anti-aircraft guns surrounding it. And then as we continue on, we have the rear turrets 3 and 4. And that's right there, pretty much brings us to the back of the ship. So really nice looking build. I think it came out really good. I think you guys are going to definitely enjoy it. Especially making any kind of Battle of Bismarck type scenarios or anything like that. But yeah, really awesome build, and let's go and move into the tutorial by beginning with our first layer. Alright guys, going ahead and moving into our first layer, we'll be going ahead and starting off with layer 1. Now for the first few layers of this build, since it's completely symmetrical on both sides, we're going to be going ahead and building half on camera, half off. What this means is we have the left side of the ship completely built, and we're going to be going ahead and building the right side on camera. So just kind of to hopefully clear that up in case there's any confusion, but it's pretty straightforward once we kind of build up the first few layers. It's going to be pretty straightforward, and then by that time, once we get to about layer, I would say about 4 is where we're going to go in and start to build it basically all together on, or the whole layer all together. But since the first few layers are pretty straightforward, we're going to go ahead and start with that. Anyways, one thing to also mention, if you do plan on having this ship placed in the water, you do need to make sure that you build this the correct height underwater, or basically the correct depth, I should say. This being, you can see here this light blue wool here representing the water level, and you can see that this first layer here is going to be basically 1 block under the water. So again, your water level right here, and this row is going to be starting right here. So to go ahead and build the center line of the ship, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a long row of red concrete, and this row in total is going to be 49 blocks long. So again, 49 blocks of red concrete here all the way back for the very center of the ship. Now once that's done, we're going to go ahead and place down a brick upside down stair on the rear here. We're going to skip a space, and then we're going to place down 2 red concrete blocks like that on the end here for basically the rudder. With that done, we're going to go and go back up to the front of our ship, and we're going to go and start building out to the sides. So for this, we're going to be going ahead and going we're going to go and go 3, 4, 5, and our 6th red concrete block back, we're going to be placing down a brick upside down stair coming off this block like so, and then coming off this brick upside down stair, we're going to place down a brick corner stair. So after this brick upside down stair, we're going to go ahead and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40 red concrete blocks back. We're going to go ahead and then place down a brick upside down stair like this, followed by a brick top slab coming off the upside down stair. We're then going to go ahead and place down a end rod, and then after the end rod, we're actually going to go ahead and grab ourselves a birch slab, and we're going to place down a birch slab like so. If you are placing this in the water, you will not be able to place down the end rods, so instead of the end rods, you can go and use fence gates of some sort to fit in that space. That's probably the best you'll be able to do for that situation, but if it's out of the water, end rods definitely look the best for the propeller shafts. Going ahead and going back up to the front here, we're going to go and count back 1, 2, and our 3rd red concrete block. We're going to place down a brick top slab at the side, followed by a brick upside down stair like that. Coming off the stair, another upside down stair, so you have a corner stair, regular stair, and then another corner stair like that. From this, we're going to go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Red concrete blocks back. I'm going to go and just double check my count. Doesn't hurt to make sure we got it right, and yep, 29 blocks. Once we get to this section, we're going to place down a brick upside down stair like this. Another upside down stair coming off it, so you have a corner stair, regular stair, followed by another corner stair coming off the stair, and then a brick top slab. So just like this here for the side. And then we want to place down 1 and 2 end rods back, followed by a birch slab. Again, if you can't place the end rods, use some fence gates. Once that's done, going ahead and going to these sides here, we're going to go to our 3rd red concrete block back here on the side. We're going to place down a brick upside down stair like that. Going back from the stair, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. Brick upside down stairs back, followed by a brick upside down corner stair, just like that, to go and finish it off. And again, this should be a corner stair up here, and this should be a corner stair right here as well. So just make sure that those are correct, and you're going to take this, what we did over there on the right side, and flip it over to the left side. Looking at from above, this is what we should have set up here for layer number 1. And once that's all sorted, we're going to go ahead and move on to layer number 2. Again, make sure that this is completely submerged underwater. The water level should be right on top of this to make sure it sits properly in the water. Anyways, that's it for layer 1. Let's move on to layer number 2. Going ahead and moving into our next layer, we have layer number 2. For layer number 2, to go ahead and get started with, we're going to be going ahead and going to the front here. We're going to place down a red concrete block on top of this one, and then we want to go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 blocks. We're going to go ahead and go on the last 2 blocks here and place down 2 brick walls like this, and then going back from the brick walls, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 red concrete blocks. After that, on the last 2 red concrete blocks, we're going to place down 2 brick walls, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 red concrete blocks back. On the second and third from last ones, we're going to place down 2 brick walls and then a brick stair like that. And after the brick stair, we're going to go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19 red concrete blocks back, followed by a brick stair, a second brick stair, and then a brick wall like that. Now on the inside here, we're going to go off of the brick wall. We're going to place down a red concrete block, followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 red concrete blocks back. We're going to go ahead and then place down a brick wall. On the inside here, coming off the brick wall, we're going to place down a red concrete block, followed by 1, 2 red concrete blocks back, and then we want to place down 1 and 2 brick walls back like this, and then a brick top slab on the end here. In between the brick top slab and the 2 brick walls, we're going to place down 3 red concrete blocks, and then a brick upside down stair here on the back. You're going to go and take this same design we do over here on the right side, flip it over to the left side, and you'll have your outline complete. You can also go ahead and choose to fill in the inside of the ship too, so if you want to completely fill this in, make it solid, you guys can do that. But I do advise maybe getting the water out and maybe putting some light in here, especially if you're building this in survival, because mobs will spawn and all that stuff. But yeah, so you can go ahead and choose to fill it in. If not, you can just do the outline. That's all that's needed for this layer. And again, here's what it will look like from up above. So that right there is going to complete layer number 2. And with that, let's move into our next layer, layer number 3. Alright guys, moved into our next layer, we have layer number 3. For layer 3 to start off with, we're going to be going ahead and going to the front of the ship. We're going to place down a stone block on top of this red concrete block, and then come off the stone block, we're going to place down an andesite wall going forward. Going back from the stone block, we're going to go back 1, 2, 3, and 4 blocks. On the last 2 blocks, we're going to place down 2 andesite walls to the side. From that, we're going to go ahead and take our stone blocks. We're going to go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 stone blocks back. On the last 3 blocks, we're going to place down 2 andesite walls. Again, going back from the andesite walls, we're going to go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 walls like this, and then 1, 2, and 3 andesite walls come off those 3 blocks. After that, we're going to go ahead and switch to our stone stairs. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 stone upside down stairs, followed by 1, 2, and 3, and 4 andesite walls back. After that's done, we're going to go off of the last andesite wall right here. We're going to place down a stone block toward the inside, followed by 1, 2, 3, and 4 stone blocks back, and then we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4 andesite walls back. We're going to go ahead and go to this red concrete block here. We're going to place down 1 and 2 stone blocks, followed by 1 and 2 andesite walls. In between the last andesite wall and on top of this upside down brick stair, we're going to place down 2 stone blocks just like that. Now on the inside here, we are going to be creating a little bit of the deck here that is on the back of the ship here. So we're going to be going ahead and go into our first set of andesite walls here on both sides. We're going to place down a row of 5 of what will be spruce wood planks going across. And we're going to basically just fill in the space from that all the way to the back here, just like that. So a good way to do this is to probably do the other outline around the other side of the ship, and then go ahead and then go to this point here and then fill your row of spruce wood planks, and everything from this row back is going to be filled in with some spruce wood planks. So this is what it looks like from up above here on the rear. Pretty straightforward and simple. And then the front here you don't need to fill in, but again, if you really want to, you can just go ahead and fill it in completely solid. But anyways, that's all we need to do here for this row. Here's what row 3 looks like from up above. And with that, we can go ahead and move into our next layer, which is going to be layer number 4. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 4. For layer 4 to go ahead and get started with, we're going to be going ahead and going to the front of the ship here. We're going to be placing down a stone upside down stair on top of this andesite wall right here. Going back from it, we're going to place down a stone full block, followed by a stone upside down stair, and then 2 stone blocks going back from the stone stair. We then want to take our spruce wood planks. We're going to place down a long row of spruce wood planks, and this is going to go all the way toward the back of our ship here. And we're going to have in total 37 spruce wood planks going back from this stone block right here. So go ahead and build your row of 37 going back. And once you have that row built, we're going to place down a stone block here on the end, followed by a stone upside down stair. After that, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 stone blocks back. We're going to go ahead and go back up to the front here. We're going to go ahead and place down a wither skeleton skull on both sides of this stone block, and we then want to go ahead and grab ourselves a item frame. We're going to place down an item frame on the side of the stair here. In the item frame, we're going to place down a black wool block like that. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 andesite walls back. After that, we're going to take our stone blocks. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 stone blocks back. After that, we're going to take our spruce wood planks, and we're going to be going ahead and building a long row of spruce wood back. So we're going to go ahead and go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and 32 stone blocks back, followed by 2 stone blocks, and then a andesite wall like that on both corners. We're going to go ahead and then place down a redstone repeater, and then again 2 andesite walls, followed by a stone upside down stair, a stone full block, and a stone stair like this, and then come off the stone stair, we're going to place down 2 end rods back like so. And Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and go back up to the front and work our way out to the side again. So going ahead and go into these 3 blocks here. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3, and set walls along the side there. And then going back from this, we're going to go and take our stone blocks. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 stone blocks back. We're going to go and take our spruce wood planks. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Spruce wood planks back, followed by 1 and 2 stone full blocks, and then a andesite wall like that on the end there. After that's done, again going up to the front here, we're going to go to these 3 spruce wood planks. We're going to place down 3 andesite walls there to the side. And then we're going to go and take our stone blocks and we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. And let me just go and double check our count here, make sure we're good. And yep, we have 21 blocks in total. And after that, we're just going to place down a andesite wall here on the end like so. From this, we can go ahead and then grab ourselves some spruce wood pressure plates. And we're going to go ahead and take our spruce wood pressure plates. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3. Or sorry, 1 and 2 on these direct walls. And then go into the inside here. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go and grab ourselves a redstone repeater. And we're going to place down a redstone repeater in this space right here. And then we're going to go ahead and go back from it 1, 2, and 3 spruce wood pressure plates on top of those walls like so. Now coming back to this space right here, in between these end rods right here, we're going to place down a redstone repeater. We're then going to go ahead and place down 2 stone buttons that go back, and then a spruce pressure plate here on the end. To both sides here, 2 spruce pressure plates. So same thing there on both sides, the spruce pressure plates. And then we just want to go and place down an end rod here on the very end, like that, for the back of the ship. And once that's all done there, that is going to wrap up what we have for layer number 4. And with that, we're going to go and start building basically everything from here on up all together. So we're going to do the whole layer, no more half on, half off. But just make sure everything looks good, and your ship should look something like this from up above here after layer 4 is complete. Anyways, that's it for layer 4. Let's move on to our next layer, layer number 5. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer 5. As I mentioned, layer 5, we're going to go and start doing everything all together. So everything you can see for this layer, we're going to be doing all together, going all the way back. So one thing you also probably noticed is I'm swapping out the stone brick walls and also stone brick blocks just for the andesite walls and also the stone stairs and slabs. Just because this build is a little bit outdated in terms of the block usage. So this was before I had the new access to the blocks, so I'm using these blocks just because it looks a lot better and looks a lot cleaner for the ship. So just throwing that out there in case some of you were wondering. Anyways, to begin with, we're going to be placing a stone stair up here in the front, followed by a row of 1 and 2 stone slabs back. We're then going to place down a spruce wood slab, followed by a second spruce wood slab. To both sides of the first spruce wood slab on top of these walls, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a skeleton skull at a very slight angle like this to both sides. And then we're going to place down a stone slab going back from those skeleton skulls. After that's done, we're going to place down a redstone comparator here on that spruce block there in the middle. We're going to go ahead and place down a redstone dust piece to both sides, and then going back from the redstone dust, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a redstone repeater with the notches flicked back like so. We're then going to place down a skeleton skull that's going to be going here in the middle, followed by a iron trap door. Now to both sides of this iron trap door, we're going to be placing down a skeleton skull at about a 45 degree angle like that. And then we also want to go ahead and place down a item frame coming off the iron trap door toward the front. After that's done, after the iron trap door, we're going to place down a redstone repeater with the notches flicked back like so. We're going to go and skip a space, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a stone block, followed by a stone slab, or sorry, a stone stair to both sides. And then coming off the stairs going forward, we're going to place down 2 end rods like so. We're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 3 of stone full blocks going across, followed by a stone full block here in the middle, and a stone upside down stair to both ends. Coming off the stone upside down stairs, we're going to place down a skeleton skull, again, to both sides like so. We can go ahead and go into our creative menu, grab ourselves some spruce wood pressure plates, and we're going to go ahead and place down 1 and 2 spruce pressure plates right here, and same thing over here, 1 and 2 spruce pressure plates. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a row of 3 of direct walls that go across, or yeah, so it should be a row of 3 that go across here, like so. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone block in the middle, followed by another andesite wall to both ends. And again, on this stone block, we're going to place down a spruce pressure plate, and also on top of this direct wall like that to both ends. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone upside down stair coming off this full block, followed by a redstone repeater with the notches flicked as far back as we can go on both sides of it. After that, again a redstone or a spruce wood pressure plate here to both sides. Once that's done, we're going to place down a stone full block here in the middle, followed by an andesite wall to both sides. We then want to place down a row of 3 of stone blocks, followed by a second row of 3, and then a third row, and then a fourth row of stone going across. And on the last 2 rows, we're going to place down andesite walls here to the sides. Now when we get to this point, we're going to take our stone pressure plates. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 along the side here, and same thing over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we also want to go ahead and grab stone buttons, and we're going to place down 1 and 2 stone buttons right here, and 1 and 2 stone buttons like that on both sides. Going ahead and continue on, we're going to take our stone blocks. We're going to place down 2 rows of 5. Actually, sorry, 3 rows of 5. So just like this, going all the way across here. And we're going to go and then grab ourselves a redstone comparator, and we're going to place down a redstone comparator on both sides, and then again 1 and 2 spruce wood, or sorry, just 1 spruce wood pressure plate going back, and then a andesite wall to both ends. From this point here, we're going to go and take our stone blocks. We're going to place down a row of what is going to be 3 rows of 7, so all the way across here. And again, that's 3 rows of 7. Then after that is complete there, we will actually be going to the middle row here, and we actually want to set some gray above it. Actually, nah, we don't really need to do that, so that's fine. But anyways, once we get to this point here, we're going to take our gray wool, and we're going to place down a row of 5 across, followed by a second row of 5, a third row, a fourth row, 5th, 6, 7, 8, and 9 rows of gray wool going across, and we can go ahead and just make this a total of 10, 11, and 12. So 12 rows in total of 5 gray wool going across, just like that. Now along the sides here, we're going to be going ahead and grabbing our iron trapdoors. We're going to place down a row of 1, 2, 3, and 4. Followed by a andesite wall, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we want to go and do the same thing over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Stone wall, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to stop right there. Now after that, we're going to go and place down a stone upside down stair to both sides, and then we want to place down a stone full block after the upside down stair. Coming off the stone full block, we're going to be going and placing down a andesite wall to both sides. After that's done, we're going to go and place down a row of 3 of gray wool going across, and then a stone upside down stair to both sides like so. After that, we're going to place down a second row of 3 of gray wool going across, and again another upside down stone stair, this time facing the opposite direction, so you create this little space like that. After that's done, we're going to go and take our stone blocks. We're going to place down a row of 3 across the back here, followed by a stone block here, come off the middle one, and then a andesite wall there to both ends. After that's done, we're going to place down a stone block here in the middle, followed by a stone upside down stair coming off both sides of it, and then coming off the side of that stone upside down stair, we're going to place down a skeleton skull. After that's done, we're going to place down a row of 3 of stone blocks across, stone block here in the middle, stone stair to both sides of that stone block, and then coming off the stone stairs here to both ends, we're going to place down 1 and 2 end rods, 1 and 2, just like that. And also for the turret back here, I do want to go and expand upon this by actually placing down a what is going to be a skeleton skull coming off both sides of this stair. So if you have to, go ahead and delete these pressure plates if they are in the way. But instead, we're going to be going ahead and using the skulls down there as well for the rangefinders, I believe. Anyways, once that's all complete there, that is going to wrap up what we have for layer number 5, and this is what it should look like from up above for this layer. Anyways, that right there is going to complete this layer. Let's go ahead and move on to our next layer, layer number 6. Alright guys, moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 6. For layer 6 to begin with, we're going to place down a end rod on top of this stone stair like so, We then want to go ahead and go back here to this space right here. We're going to go and place down a stone block on top of this andesite wall, followed by a stone stair to both sides of it. After that, we're going to place down a row of 3 of stone blocks across, another stone block here in the middle, followed by a stone upside down stair again to both sides, and a skeleton skull coming off the face of the stair. From that, we're going to go ahead and go off these 2 stairs. We're going to place down 2 end rods going forward. We're also going to place down an iron trapdoor on top of the first turret here, followed by a red carpet and then a blue carpet like that. After that's done, we're going to place down a stone block on top of this one, andesite wall to both sides. And we're going to then place down 3 rows of stone, going across like so. Now on the sides here of these 3 rows of stone, we're going to go and take our item frames. We're going to place down item frames on both sides, and in the item frames, we're going to place down quartz slabs. So just like that on both sides there. Once that's done, we're going to place down another row of 3 of stone blocks going across, andesite wall to both sides, and we're going to go and repeat the same pattern again, like this, and we want to go and do this a total of 3 more times. So 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So you should have 5 of these walls here along the side. Anyways, once that's done, we're going to go and then go to this diorite wall here. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor on top of that to both sides, or to these 2 sides, and we're going to go ahead and then place down a dark oak wood sign that's going to be going on these 2 sides of the iron trapdoor. Once that's done, going ahead and go into the middle here, we're going to place down 1 and 2 stone blocks back. We're going to go and then place down 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 stone slabs to both sides. We want to go and then grab ourselves a redstone comparator. We're going to place down a redstone comparator in this space right here, again to both sides there. For this little instrument here, we're going to be placing down another brick stair to both sides, with the skeleton skull coming off the stair here to the toward the front, and then a wither skeleton skull coming off the back of the stair. And we also want to go and place down a dark oak wood sign here on the side of the stair like so. On the front section here of it, we're going to go and actually swap this block out for a gray wool block, and then we want to go and place down a dark oak wood sign on the front of the stair as well. When we get to this point here, we're going to go and grab ourselves gray carpet, so right here, and we're going to place down a row of 1, 2, and 3 gray carpet going across like so. From that, we're going to go ahead and go to the sides. We're going to place down 1 and 2 quartz stairs and 1 and 2 quartz stairs like that. And then in the middle space, we want to go ahead and just place down a row of 3 of stone going across between the second set of quartz stairs. After that's done, we're going to then place down a stone. We're going to need a stone stair. So we're going to place down a stone stair right here, followed by a corner stair to both sides of the stair. And then we want to go and just place down a quartz slab going back from these quartz stairs. On the sides here, we're going to place down we're actually going to place down a stone brick upside down stair. So just like this, upside down stair, and same thing over here. And we're going to go and then place down a dark oak wood fence gate coming off of it and opened up toward the stair like so. And to both sides of the stair, we're going to be going and placing down a skeleton skull. Like that. And then going ahead and continuing on, we're going to go ahead and take our stone blocks. We're going to place down 1 and 2 stone blocks going back like this. We're going to go and then go to the sides of them, and we're going to place down 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 stone slabs. After that, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone brick wall like this to both sides. And then we want to go ahead and go off of this with a stone top slab. So like that to both ends. And then going ahead and go into our next section here on top of this andesite wall, we're going to place down a stone brick stair. And then coming off the front of the stair, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate and have it opened up toward the stair. We're going to want to go into our inventory and grab ourselves a item frame. And we're going to place down an item frame on both sides of the stair. And in the item frame itself, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a polished andesite block. After that, the space in between them, we want to go ahead and place down a stone full block here in the middle space, and then to both sides, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a andesite wall. So just like that. After that's done, going ahead and move into this space, we're going to go ahead and take our quartz slabs and go back from the walls here. We're going to place down a total of 3 quartz slabs back, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then to the sides, we're going to take our quartz stairs, we're going to place down 1 and 2, and then a quartz slab, and then 1 and 2, and a quartz slab like that. Again, going to the side here, we're going to go ahead and go off of this block here. We're going to place down another brick stair, which we want coming off like so. Coming off it, we're going to place down a wither skeleton skull, and then on the inside here, this side, a skeleton skull. And we're going to do the same thing over here as well. So skeleton skull and a wither skeleton skull like this to the side. Anyways, once that's done, in the middle space, we want to go ahead and take our stone brick here, and we're actually going to be placing down a row of 3, 1, 2, and 3 stone brick top slabs like this going across, and then a skeleton skull coming off that stone brick slab there toward the front. So when that's done there, we're also going to go ahead and swap out these stone top slabs for stone brick top slabs. So it's going to make that quick little adjustment there. When we get to this section, we're going to place down a stone brick stair again, here to both sides. Coming off of it, we're going to place down a dark oak wood fence gate again. And just like we did before, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves an item frame, and on both sides of the stair, we're going to be placing down an item frame with a polished andesite block in the item frame. So just like this, and just like that. After that's done, after this row of 3 of stone brick top slabs, we're going to place down a stone brick wall on the end here. We then want to go ahead and skip a space going out to the sides, and then we're going to place down 1 and 2 quartz slabs, and then 1 and 2. We're going to go ahead and then take our end rods. We're going to place down an end rod to both sides like this. We're going to skip a space, end rod, and these 2 quartz slabs need to be moved over 1 more. And then coming off these end rods, we're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 quartz slabs to the side here, and same thing over here, 1, 2, and 3, just like that. In the middle space now, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone brick wall here to both sides like so. And in the middle space, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves our stone blocks. We're going to place down a stone block here in the middle. And then going to both sides, we're going to be placing down a end rod like that next to that stone block. And then coming off the end rods, we're going to place down a stone upside down stair. So like this, again to both sides there. And then we want to go ahead and then place down a stone stair coming off those upside down stairs. And then again in the middle space, we're going to place down a stone block, and then we want to place down a andesite wall to both sides. We're then going to place down a stone block again in the middle, followed by an upside down stone stair to both sides. And on the sides here of this stone stair, we're going to place down a item frame. In the item frame, a polished andesite block, and then coming off the front of the stair, dark oak wood fence gate again opened up toward it for another set of AA guns. And then along the back section here, we're just going to go and place down a redstone repeater to both sides here. We can go ahead and also swap this stone block out for a gray wool block. We're going to place down a stone brick stair. That's going to go right here. And actually these 2 stone stairs we're going to swap out for stone brick stairs as well for those 2 AA guns. And then coming off the front of the stair, dark oak wood fence gate. And then to the sides, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a iron trap door to both sides. And then we're going to take our dark oak wood fence gates, and we're going to wrap dark oak wood fence gates around these 2 sides here of the iron trap doors, like so. And then we're just going to place down an iron trap door on top of this spot right there for the the third turret up here. And then going to the very back, we're just going to place down an end rod on top of this end rod. And that right there is going to wrap up what we have here for layer number 6. As you can see, that was probably our longest layer just due to all the detailing we have in the midsection of the ship. But from here on out, it's going to be a lot easier, and the layers are going to get easier and easier as we get more and more of this midsection done. Anyways, that's it for layer 6 and probably our longest layer. With that, let's go ahead and move into layer number 7. Moving into our next layer, we have layer number 7. For layer 7, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a nether brick stair that's going to go ahead and go on top of this stone block right here. And then coming off of it, we're going to be placing down a wither skeleton skull and then a dark oak wood sign here to both sides of it. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone block going back from it, and then a andesite wall to both sides. We're going to go ahead and place down a row of 3 of stone blocks going across, followed by a stone block here in the middle, and then to both sides a stone upside down stair, or just a stone regular stair, my bad. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a stone, would be a stone slab, so go ahead and grab a stone slab real quick, and we're going to place down a stone slab here in the middle, and then a upside down stone stair here to both sides like that. And we want to go ahead and then just place down a iron trapdoor coming off the back of these stone stairs. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a end rod to both sides, and then coming off this stone slab, we're going to have a iron trapdoor like so. Going back from this, we're going to place down a stone block in the middle, followed by a second stone block back, and then 2 andesite walls to both sides like that. After that, we're going to place down another stone stair right here, and we're going to then place down a skeleton skull to both sides of the stone stair. From this point, we're going to go and take a iron trapdoor. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor like this to both sides, and on the side of the iron trapdoor, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign, and same thing over here. And then we want to go ahead and just place down a end rod after that, followed by another iron trapdoor. And then around these 2 sides of the iron trapdoor, we're going to go ahead and place down dark oak wood signs. So just like this around. After that's complete, we want to go ahead and then take our stone blocks. We're going to place down 1 and 2 stone blocks on top of these blocks. Going back to this section, we're going to go ahead and place down a quartz slab on top of these 2 blocks, and then a stone or an andesite wall there in the middle. We then want to place down an end rod on top of these 2 corner stairs. After that, we're going to place down 2 stone blocks on top of those 2 blocks there, followed by a stone brick wall that goes up like this, and then coming off this stone brick wall, we're going to take slabs. We're going to go up a slab, and then up a top slab, like that for this crane. And same thing over here to this side. So up a stone brick wall there, and a stone brick slab, and stone brick top slab, going upward. After that's done, we want to go ahead and then place down a iron bar that is going to go and go on top of this skeleton skull right here. And then we're going to go ahead and also place down a andesite wall right here in the middle, followed by an iron trapdoor on top of those 2 andesite walls here on both sides. Coming off the iron trapdoors, we're going to place down an item frame toward the rear, and in those item frames, we're going to be placing down a snowball to make the giant spotlights, like that. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and move back to this section. We're going to go up this space right here with a stone brick wall. On top of these 2 stone brick walls, we're going to place down end rods that go up. And then in this section here, a stone block on top of this one, an andesite wall to both sides of that stone block. Going in and going back again, a stone block, stone stair to both sides. And we then want to go ahead and place down a stone brick upside down stair here in the middle. And then coming off the upside down stair, we're going to place down a fence gate face toward the rear, and then a skeleton skull coming off both sides of this stone brick upside down stair. Also, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some levers, and we're going to place down levers on top of these stone top slabs and have them flick toward the outside there for smaller caliber anti-aircraft guns. And we're also going to place down iron trapdoors on top of these 2 end rods here. Again, actually not on top of the end rods, but actually on top over the quartz slabs. So they're actually going to go over the quartz slabs like so. And anyways, once you have that all complete, that is going to wrap up what we have to do here for layer number 7. And as you can see, we have more of the ship getting built up and all that stuff. And the layers are going to go by a little bit quicker. So anyways, that's it for layer 7. Let's go and move on to layer number 8. Moving on to our next layer, we have layer number 8. For layer 8 to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone brick stair on top of the stone block, and then we're going to go and take our skeleton skulls. We're going to go ahead and place down a skeleton skull here to the side at a slight angle, followed by one after like so, one right here, and same thing over here, some very slight angles like that, just create a little bit more curvature to the top of the conning tower here. Also on the side of the stair here, I forgot to add from the previous layer, we're going to place down a dark oak wood sign coming off of this. So just like that. Anyways, once that's done, going ahead and going back to this space here, we're going to be placing down a row of light gray carpet going across here, so a row of 3, and then a lever to both sides, again for some anti-aircraft guns. We then want to place down a stone stair on top of this iron trapdoor. To both sides of the stone stair, we're going to be placing down a skeleton skull. And then on top of the end rods here, we're also going to be placing down a skeleton skull. Once that's done, we want to go ahead and then place down a stone block going back from the stair, followed by a stone brick stair to the sides of this block, so just like this. And then come off the face of the stair, we're going to be placing down a dark oak wood sign. Same thing over here. After that, we're going to place down another stone block here in the middle, stone stair to both sides, and then coming off the stair, a corner stair. And just like that, again, to both sides here. On the side of this stair, we're going to place down a item frame with a polished andesite block in the item frame, and same thing over here on this side as well. Once that's done, we're going to place down a stone stair here in the middle, corner stair coming off both sides of it like so, and around these corner stairs here, we're going to go ahead and place down dark oak wood signs. And this stair right here, we're actually going to go ahead and swap out for a stone brick stair. So just go ahead and swap this out like that on both sides. Once that's done, go ahead and move it back here. We're going to place down 2 stone blocks right there. We're going to go ahead and then place down 2 stone blocks going up right here. Going up from these end rods, we're going to place down another set of end rods going up just like that. We then want to place down a stone brick slab on top of this stone brick wall. Same thing over here. And then coming off of it, we're going to place down, we're actually going to go ahead and place down a iron trap door like this, followed by 1 and 2 light gray carpets off, and then same thing over here, like that for the cranes. We're going to go ahead and go up from this iron bar up and back at an angle. Moving back to this section, we're going to place down a stone brick upside down stair, so just like this on top here, and then a stone, or sorry, we're not going to get to that just yet. We're then going to place down a skeleton skull at about a 45-degree angle here on these 2 end rods. Then for this space here, we're going to place down an andesite wall here in the middle, followed by an iron trapdoor to both sides, and then coming off the side of the iron trapdoor, we're going to place down an item frame. And in the item frame, we want to go ahead and place down a snowball. So just like that. After that, we're going to place down a andesite, or sorry, a stone stair coming off the andesite wall, and then in the spaces right here, we're going to place down skeleton skulls at about a 45-degree angle to both sides of it. After that, we're going to place down a redstone repeater, or redstone comparator, sorry, on top of this stone brick upside down stair. And anyways, when that's all done there, that is going to wrap up what we have here for layer number 8. And with that, we're going to go ahead and move into our next layer, layer number 9. Alright guys, moving into our next layer, we have layer number 9. For layer 9, to go ahead and get started with here, we're going to go to the top of this stone brick stair. We're going to place down an iron trapdoor, followed by 1 out to both sides. We then want to place down a stone block on top of this stone stair, and then an andesite wall to both sides of that stone block. We're also going to place down an item frame on the side of the stone block, and a dark oak wood sign also coming off of it. And then we just want to place down a black wool block in the item frame like that. Once that's done, going back from this, we're going to place down a stone block, followed by a stone stair to both sides, and then a dark oak wood sign coming off the front here of the stair. Once that's done, again a stone block back, stone stair to both sides, and then a dark oak wood sign coming off the faces here of the stair. After that's all done, we're going to go and then place down an andesite wall, again to both sides like that, and then a row of 2 of stone blocks. Moving back to this section, another row of 2 of stone blocks like so, and then we're going to go and place down a wither skeleton skull on top of these 2 end rods. Going ahead and go into this iron bar, we're going to go and place down another iron bar that goes up and back by 1. We then want to place down a stone block on top of the stone brick upside down stair. Coming off the back of the stone block, or the side of it I should say, we're going to place down a skeleton skull. And then on top of this andesite wall, we're going to place down a stone stair, or stone brick stair, followed by an item frame on both sides of it. And in the item frames, we're going to be going ahead and placing down a polished andesite block So it's like that for both those, for that. And anyways, that right there is going to complete what we have here for layer number 9. We're going to go now move into our final layers, which are going to basically cover the top sections here, the masts and all the rigging and stuff like that. So with that, let's go ahead and move into our last final layers. Alright guys, moving into our last final layers, we have layers 10 through 15. For these layers to go ahead and get started with, we're going to be going ahead and building our front mast here. So for this, we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves some end rods. We're going to go ahead and place down an end rod going up on top of these two andesite walls here. From this, we're going to go ahead and place down a stone block here in the middle space, followed by a skeleton skull at a very slight angle to both sides, like so. After that's done, we're going to go ahead and then place down a stone block going forward here, followed by a stone stair to both sides, coming off the face of the stair, a dark oak wood sign, and then we're going to place down a stone slab that is going to go ahead and go in the middle space here. So let me go ahead and grab a stone slab real quick, and we're going to place down a stone slab there. And then coming off of it, we're going to place down a item frame with a stained glass block in it, and on the corner spaces here, we're going to place down a skeleton skull at about a 45-degree angle, like so. Once that's done, going ahead and moving back to, or continuing our way up to the top, we're going to go ahead and place down a placeholder block here in the middle. So we're going to kind of just place down a block that we can easily delete later. And then we're going to place down a skeleton skull coming off both sides of it. We're going to delete the blocks so the skeleton skulls kind of go up at an angle like that. And then we're going to go ahead and place down a iron trapdoor on top of them, or in between them, like so. We're going to go ahead and then place down a stone brick wall up like this, followed by a stone upside down stair. Coming off the stone upside down stair, we're going to place down an iron trapdoor going forward, and then one out to both sides, like so. And then from this point, we're going to place down another stone block that goes up like this, stone stair to both sides of that stone block, and then we're going to place down another brick fence post here, coming off that stone block there in the middle. And then also coming off the side of these stone stairs, we're going to place down a iron trapdoor to both sides like that. Going toward the front here, we're going to place down a stone block, followed by a stone stair, and around the stone stair, we're going to go and wrap dark oak wood signs. And we're also going to go ahead and place down item frames around the stair. Now we're going to go and then grab ourselves some black beds. We're going to place down a black bed in the item frame toward the front, turn it so the pillow is facing downwards, and then item frames on the side here, and face it so that the pillow is facing toward the rear of the ship. So like that. And on the sides of the stone block, we're going to place down a skeleton skull to both sides. Once that's done, we're going to go and then place down a stone brick stair that's going to go on top of this stone block. We're then going to place down a skeleton skull on top of this nether brick fence post, and then to the sides of it, we're going to place down 1 and 2 end rods and 1 and 2 out to both sides. On top of the stone brick stair, an iron trapdoor, and then 1 out to both sides, like that. And that right there is going to complete our forward mast. Going ahead and moving to our smokestacks here, we're just going to go ahead and place down, or our funnels, whatever you want to call them. We're going to place down 2 nether brick slabs on top of these 2 stone blocks there to go ahead and make these smokestacks complete. And then going back to this section, we're going to go up from this iron bar. We're going to go up and back 1. We're going to go ahead and place down a stone brick wall on top of this block here, and we're going to go and wrap dark oak wood signs, or put dark oak wood signs on both sides of this stone brick wall. We then want to go ahead and place down a wither skeleton skull coming off the side of the wall facing toward the back of the ship, and an end rod to both sides. And then on top of the stone brick wall, we're going to place down a nether brick slab. After that, we want to go ahead and place down a row, or a column of 1, 2, and 3 nether brick fence posts going up, followed by 1 and 2 end rods. And on both sides of the first end rod, we're going to place down a end rod coming off of it to both sides. Once that's done, for the flag back here, we're going to go and go off of this nether brick fence post here with a fence gate, or not a fence gate, but a iron bar. We're going to go and then place down a quartz full block, quartz slab, and a top side that goes down from it, like that for the flag. On top of the quartz block, we're going to place down an iron bar like this. If you have access to barrier blocks, we're going to be using barrier blocks. If you do not have access to barrier blocks for whatever reason, then you can just go ahead and use iron bars instead. But we're going to go ahead and just place down a barrier block right here with a stone button to both sides. Again, if you don't have access to barrier blocks, you can just go ahead and place down an iron bar in that space as well. And if you do have access to barrier blocks, we can go ahead and do some nice rigging on the ship. But if you do not have access to barrier blocks, I do not recommend using iron bars because they are too thick for the rigging. But I think that the stone buttons look real nice. It just add a little bit more detail to the build. So for the rigging here, if you do have access to barrier blocks, we're going to go ahead and go to this nether brick fence post, and we're going to go ahead and build a row of barrier blocks going all the way toward the front until we connect up to this nether brick fence post. And then on top of these barrier blocks, we're just going to go ahead and run a row of stone buttons across the top there. Now after that's done, we're going to go to our bottom row here, and we want to go ahead and actually go to this space. And one thing I forgot to add actually is a skeleton skull right here. So we're actually going to have a skeleton skull right there, and this is going to have two end rods that come off of it as well. So 1, 2, and 1 and 2, and also an end rod that comes off the front of the skull like that. So do apologize, just go ahead and make sure you add those on. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and go to our first 3 barrier blocks. We're going to place down 1, 2, and 3 stone buttons. We're then going to go ahead and place down a row of 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4 that drop down, and then 4 stone buttons on the bottom of those. And then we want to go ahead and place down a row of 3 that drops down. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And we can only place down stone buttons here on these 3. So we're just going to place down stone buttons on those 3. And like that, we have some kind of nice rigging, some simple little cables and stuff like that. And it looks pretty good using the barrier blocks. Again, if you don't have barrier blocks, I would not recommend doing that. But if you do have access to them, they make a cool little addition to the build for sure. Anyways, that right there is going to wrap up my tutorial for the HMS Hood Admiral-Class Battlecruiser. Hope you guys do enjoy this tutorial and are able to put good use. If you do end up using the design, I do ask that you guys give me proper credit for it. This has been thank you from the sound of the build, link to my channel or this video if it does appear on social media sites. As long as you guys give me proper credit for it, if you're free to use it for projects you guys are working on, overall enjoy the build, have fun with it, and it's all that fun stuff. Other than that, thank you guys again so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This has been Jerick204, and I'll see you guys next time.